What's up YouTube? Today I thought I'd do a video on a reproduction of the Winchester 1892 made by Rossi. The original 1892 was developed by John Moses Browning and sold to Winchester. It replaced firearms such as the Winchester 1873. It has become such a popular firearm because of people like John Wayne using it in pretty much all their films. Hollywood loves the 1892. And Rossi does make a faithful reproduction of the Winchester 1892, but there are some differences, like the receiver. The receiver is shaped slightly different towards the front. It also incorporates a safety on top. It's got the loop on the receiver, which I really do like the looks of it. Now originally I didn't want the larger loop. I like the looks of the standard lever, but I've grown to like it. It's a lot more comfortable, plus if I ever want to shoot with gloves on, it's going to be a little bit easier to get my hands into that lever. Now the reason I bought this thing was I thought it would be a fun project lever action. Every review I've seen on this firearm has said it's well built, but it's a little rough around the edges. So I thought, well, this could be a fun, cheaper lever action that I could smooth out myself. And when I got it, I was actually pleasantly surprised by how smooth the action was. Now it's still a little rough, but it's a lot smoother than I thought it'd be. But I will say it's still a little rough around the edges. For example, the stock is a little higher than the back tang back here. Also, the butt plate is a little bit wider than the actual stock. The action is pretty smooth, but when you're locking it into battery, it's not uncomfortable, but you can definitely tell it's a little rough. But it is not hard to rapid fire this firearm. One thing I do like about this rifle is it's heavy, but it's not too bad. And after some of the rifles we've been shooting, it's kind of nice to be able to come out here and not be like struggling to hold it up. Now, a lot of complaints people said about this thing, like the loading gate, I didn't have that problem. The loading gate was actually pretty easy for me to load rounds into. All right, so it definitely loads a lot better now. And this is day 2, and look how much easier it is to load. Now I did mention it has a safety right here on the bolt. I do not like this type of safety. When you cock it and you put it on safety, it does not stop the hammer from going forward. So it gives you a lot of time to forget it's on safety. Is the safety on?
Yeah, it was.
You gotta take the hammer off of it. Now, if you really don't like that safety, you can always just put a plug in the hole, or you could do like I do and just forget it's there and just not ever touch it. At 20 yards, this is a pretty accurate firearm, but when we tried to take it out to 100 yards, we had some issues. Now, the adjustments, you pull up on the lever and you push back on this little piece. Well, under recoil, it likes to pop back, and we weren't able to sight it at 100 yards because our sight kept changing. Well, on further inspection, I looked, and it looks like there is threading right there, and it looks like you have a set screw that didn't come with the firearm. That makes sense to me. Once you find the elevation you want, you put this screw in and it locks it into place. We did not have this, and it did not come with the firearm. When I looked it up online, all I found were screws for the pop-up peephole sight that you can get for this firearm.
I don't see any shots on the net. No shots. I think it was a little too high.
I give up. I'm shooting the rest of these off over here. All right.
Okay, you hit like just under the bullseye in the middle. You went just low, just on the 9, so just under the bottom of the target.
Still going for the center?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it. So yes, we weren't able to get this thing sighted into 100 yards, but at 20 yards, it's a tack driver. A little disappointed it didn't come with a screw to, you know, correct the elevation. All right, this is all Federal 357s. You definitely do feel the stock with those 357s. Now my review before I do any work on the internal parts or on the stock is that it's actually a pretty good firearm. It shoots accurately. If you can get a set screw, it probably shoot even more accurate. It's a lot of fun to shoot this thing, and the trigger pull's great. So I really do like this firearm. It's actually been well built, feels great. It's a little rough around the edges, but it shoots well. I do kind of want to fit the stock to the gun. Also, I do want to refinish it. I think a redder stain would look really good on this firearm. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of that. And I also want to smooth out the action. And stay tuned, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming up in the future. Yeah, it's definitely an open group, but I'm not the steadiest in the world. Hello, I'm a man round. I make your fun go away. Yay! You jackass.